Hi everyone, so I spoke earlier today about my plan to turn a wig into a large base topper, and I'm going to have a practice on this wig. So this is a cheap, it was £20 I think from Amazon that someone actually gave me. I bought a more expensive wig off them and they threw this in as well. So I'm going to talk you through my practice and see how it goes and the things that you'll need. So you'll need a head to put your wig on. Obviously you'll need your wig. You need some measuring tape so you can measure the size of the base of your topper. Then you need some sharp scissors and also a bit of chalk just to mark your the cap of the wig so you know where to cut. So from my experience, I'm just going to turn this, this wig has got an open wefted back. Now from my experience, this seems to be the easiest type of wig to cut because you can cut the wefts and you're not actually cutting any of the hair. So what I'm going to do first is I've turned the wig inside out and I've put it over the top of my polystyrene head. Now you have to think about what size topper you want. So I think the largest base topper that I've ever seen was a 10 by 10 inch. So if I just measure from the front of the top of the wig all the way back, that shows you 10. So that's how much is that? That's taking about 4 inches off the back of the wig. And then if you measure the sides, let's see if I can do this so you can see. So I'm going to measure from just behind the ear tab. So from ear tab to ear tab, this wig is 12 inches. I'm not going to try to make it any smaller width-wise. I'm just going to take some off the back because I want these ear tabs because I'm going to sew clips. So once I've cut it, I'm going to sew a clip into the front. I'm going to sew clips onto the ear tabs, and then where I've cut, I'm going to try and sew a clip onto the weft. So what I would do first is get your tape measure and measure roughly where you want to cut. So that's to about here. And then I'm going to get my chalk and I'm just going to mark along the weft, so I know where to cut, so that it's straight. Now I don't know if you can see, but there's clips here for where you would tighten your wig, and I'm cutting kind of through that. So I'm just going to leave those for now, but they'll have to come off. I'm hoping that you can all see this clearly. So I've marked. And then what you want to do is, you can see the hair is attached. If I stick my finger through, the hair is attached to each weft. So you don't want to cut the hair, you literally want to cut where the weft is attached on these strips. So I'm going to try and do it so that you can see, but I might, let's see. So the first one is here. It's very hard to do it back to front. I'm going to turn it round, cut one, and then carry on filming. So I've cut a couple of the wefts off. It's actually really straightforward. I will have to neaten up these bits because there's little flappy bits at the moment. But basically, you can see you'll have some wefts of hair that you can take away. So I'm literally cutting just where the weft, let me turn it round so that you can see where the weft is attached. I'm just snipping along my chalk line until I get to the other side. This, there's a, see if you can see it. So this is the bit that you would use to tighten the wig. I'm just gonna snip, haven't cut that off yet. I'm just gonna move that. So, snip. Right, now got the little back weft of my wig cut off. Because it's wefted, there's no need to worry, because everything's, you know, I haven't cut through any stitching that's gonna interfere with the integrity of the wig. All I've got to do now is just trim these little flappy bits so that they're neat, and then I will sew on the clips. So I've cut those little extra bits. Before I sew on the clips, I'm just going to try it on in terms of base size. This is actually not a bad wig at all. It has gone a bit knotty and the fringe is a bit long. The only thing I don't like about it, and you probably can't see on video, but the parting is what, like the colour of A4 paper, you know, like printer paper, white. So I'm just putting it on before I sew in the clips, just to feel where it's going to sit and where I'm going to be putting the clips. So I could probably take one more weft of hair off, because the ear tabs obviously come down where they normally would with the wig to here, and then let's see, the topper comes, I'm going to turn around, put my finger there, so now it's a topper, it comes down to here, which is quite low. I would say if you're doing this for the first time, you want to cut a little bit first, try it on, see where it sits, and then you can always take more off. Obviously, if you take loads off, you can't put it back on. So I think what I'm going to do now, I mean, my bio hair is a little bit long for this, but if I curled it, it would then jump up to probably the same length. So I'm going to sew in the clips and clip it in and see how it feels, and then if I need to take more off, I'll just have to unpick the clips and put them back on again. So for this, because this is just a test, I am using some topper clips that I've just got laying around. So actually they're different. I've got one of these and I've got two of these. So initially I'm just going to sew clips on the ear tabs and one clip on the back. But what I will do is when I do this for my more expensive piece, I'm going to order some matching better clips, and I would probably, for extra security, sew either one or two at the front, as well as the ear tabs and the nape, just to make sure it's really secure. I'm really so I propped my phone up it's on top of a cake tin and being held up by a tissue box, and as you can see, it just fell over. Well done, amateur hour. I just tried sewing the clips onto my topper, and the thread that I've got is too fine and they won't stay on. So I'm gonna have to get some thicker thread to clip them on. But I am pleased with how it's gone. Obviously I haven't got any clips in, so I haven't actually, if you look, I've only taken a really small amount of hair off this wig, but for me it means that I've still got a good amount of coverage because it's a really big base, but I don't have the pressure of a wig. Obviously it also means that you can't hide your bio hair, so if you're going to do this to the wig, you really need, it needs to be one that you can blend with your bio hair. But I'm really pleased because actually it's got really good coverage, and obviously I haven't got any clips sewn in. I was looking at the ear tabs, and you possibly could cut the ear tabs off so that you've just got a line, more like, you know, toppers don't normally come with ear tabs. But if you're going to cut the ear tabs off, you're going to have to cut into the hair a little bit, because if I take this off, so you could cut these off because there's a line, but you'd have to be careful because the wefts attach to the ear tab, so you can't, you need to keep this line here, but you could cut here, which would take off an ear tab. Obviously that then means you would have less, if you wanted to sew in a clip, you've got less area to do that. But because there's hair coming out, in fact there's wefts, that's interesting. There's actually wefts on the ear tab. So you are going to be cutting into the hair, and I think that possibly might interfere with the integrity of the topper, because then it's going to be quite flimsy at the sides, whereas at the moment I think this keeps it quite secure. So I'm going to post this video today because there's no way I'm going to be able to sew in the clips, but I'm pretty happy with this as a first test. I have got another pink wig that I don't wear, and I wouldn't wear as a topper, but as another experiment practice, I might do another video practicing on that one. But it's not anywhere near as hard or scary as I thought it would be. I just need to practice my sewing skills with the clips. So I hope this has been useful, and speak to you all soon.